We hope your holidays were special and bright. Here's some more presents from us to you.
Wreaths across America, from Puerto Rico to Hawaii and Washington to LA.
A hero is remembered in Miami and his mom is honored.
Shakespeare is helping these Wisconsin veterans get in touch with their real emotions.
Hello, I'm Nicole Gilbride with the Office of Information and Technology.
And I'm Roger Lockhart, also with the Office of Information and Technology. This is VA News.
There are Christmas wreaths on the graves of military heroes at VA military cemeteries all across the country. The Wreaths Across America program sent wreaths to each of the cemeteries, including 143,000 to Arlington National Cemetery. The Wreaths Across America sent wreaths to the VA and military cemeteries to be placed on the graves or in a central location during small ceremonies on December 14th.
For the 8th consecutive year, thousands of volunteers raised money in support of the program and came out to the cemeteries to place the wreaths. We begin with this report from Arlington National Cemetery.
We gather here in support of Wreaths Across America's mission to remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom. Our theme this year was "Come with a Mission," which you all have, but we want you to leave with a memory.
We get a lot of people that will call our office and say, I can't be there and my husband is buried here, or my son is buried there and I can't be there. And the Hansons go out and do many of hundreds of those special wreath layings, and they've got so many ahead this year that we just were going to have to stop doing it. But then we put on Facebook that we had a bunch of requests that we didn't know how we were going to meet. Sorry. Of people calling in and saying, I haven't been there in years, but my loved one is buried in this section. And we just put it on Facebook, so simple, that there was a need. And within an hour, there were over 700 people. And a family would go on and say, my loved one is there, and instantly somebody else would say, tell me what section, tell me about him. I'll go and put the wreath there, and I'll take a picture, and I'll reach back to you. And I'll tell you, that is the way this becomes personal, that you're going on a mission and you're going to make a memory, and those people are going to make lifelong friends, and they're going to learn a big lesson about it being a family member.
This is absolutely terrific to see this every year. It's the same way. You have all these people come out here, whether it touches them individually. You see so many people walk by, I want to go to my father's grave, my grandfather's grave, my grandmother's grave. And as a retired military guy, it means an awful lot to me to see these number of folks out here.
This is really amazing to see this many people caring about soldiers. I'm a veteran, and seeing them come out here laying the wreaths, it really kind of makes you feel good, makes you feel American, like people care.
We've come for a number of years with the kids just to help teach them to honor the sacrifices of those who have gone before, but this year's especially special. The gravesite just on the other side of this tree is actually our little girl who we buried last week. So came out to carry on the tradition, but also to honor our own little one.
Here's some of the images from that day across the country.
It's been more than 40 years since Vice President Spiro Agnew presented the Medal of Honor to Marine Bruce Carter's mother for actions on August 7, 1969, that cost the 19-year-old his life in the Vietnam War. Georgie Carter Krell was honored recently at the Miami VA Medical Center that now carries her son's name, and where she has been a volunteer in service to his memory and all veterans for 19 years. Videographer Adam Poitras sent us the story.
So 40 years ago, a very, very, very brave young man did what most people in our country can't conceive of, knowingly gave his life for his buddies.
That brave young man was Marine PFC Bruce W. Carter, who threw himself over a grenade to save his fellow Marines. PFC Carter was the only South Florida resident to receive the Medal of Honor during the Vietnam War. Now, 40 years later, the commander of U.S. Southern Command, General John F. Kelly, honored PFC Carter's actions by presenting the Medal of Honor flag to his mother, Georgie Carter Krell.
What a beautiful day this has been. What an honor to my son and my family. I made a promise years ago that I would never forget Bruce. And I said I won't forget him, and I will not let anybody else forget him. And getting this flag was the last thing I can do to honor him. And I did it.
Vietnam War-era veterans are also proud to see their companions get recognized for their service.
Then we came home, we're totally ignored, and now everything is being presented in consideration of all the efforts and everything that we did at that time. It's overdue, but it's finally here, and I'm very proud of it.
The Miami VA Medical Center was renamed the Bruce W. Carter VA Medical Center on October 27, 2008. Reporting from Miami for VA News, I'm Adam Poitras.
What if you were under a lot of stress, had gone through many life-changing experiences, and then could not find the words to communicate with those closest to you? What would you do?
Here's how VA is using the greatest wordsmith of the English language ever to reach veterans with the same issues.
The idea for Feast of Crispian started about a little over a year ago at this point, when there was a group of professional actors and theater educators in Milwaukee that were looking to use what we saw with Shakespeare as really helping, us, what we had gone through, and other people, to find a way of using it in the community. And at that same time, there was a lot of media going on about the enormous need in the veterans community. A lot of veterans coming back with a lot of different issues that we felt this program could really speak to.
Sitting there talking to a doctor, a lot of times you feel you can't open up, you just can't really open up yourself. And here with the actors, you don't even realize that you're opening up to them. It's just coming out. They've got a way of just going through on the scenes, and what we're doing, they reach down and pull it out of us without having to ask us to express ourselves. That weekend allowed me to express myself better than I ever have at any of the groups or my psychologist or anybody that was trying to help, because it was just pure openness. And yet, at the same time, we had fun.
We will stand behind each of the veteran participants, and we will feed them a piece of text. I am a soldier, Cassius says. We'll feed them that line. The veteran speaks that line to the person across from him. The phrase "band of brothers" gets utilized around veteran circles. It's the way soldiers talk about themselves, and it's a phrase that actually is Shakespeare's. It comes from Shakespeare's Henry V, and he speaks to the fact that all of those that fight together will be a band of brothers by fighting on this day that is called the Feast of Crispian. And so the natural affinity of the stories and characters that are in Shakespeare, fathers and sons going off to war together, sending your son off to war, soldiers in battle the night before battle together. So the stories of Shakespeare already give us a space to step into that are replicating the experiences that veterans have had.
Theater is the warrior's art form. It was originally invented for soldiers coming back from the Persian Wars to express to their communities what they had gone through, the experiences that they had gone through, so that people who stayed behind could understand it.
So they don't have to, they get to be seen and revealed at a certain level because they're making contact with their own story, their own memories, their own traumas. But they don't have to reveal the content of that. They don't have to reveal the details of that, because when that feeling and that emotion and that exposure comes up, they turn around and they speak Shakespeare's text. And they appear to us as we observe them Brutus or Cassius or Henry V or whomever that we're asking them to play. So they're still screened. They're still covered. They still have this protection to be able to get in touch with their story in a safe environment, but not have to expose themselves and feel like they have ripped open a part of them that really their whole system is trying to help them protect. And have an experience that, to really have a strong emotion and come off of it, and what the response from everybody in the room is to be applauded for it, literally, in fact, right? We'll applaud the scene because there's this real strong power in the acting that we see that makes us feel like it really give a heap praise on that moment. There's a sense of real reward for having had this very real, powerful moment.
Did you know? Those enormous decommissioned Navy battleships and aircraft carriers become millions and millions of tiny objects of our everyday lifestyles. All that metal is broken down into tiny shreds and can be reborn into new tools, vehicles, and yes, even razor blades. When a ship like the USS Enterprise is scrapped, all of its components are melted down, purified, pressed, and then distributed on the open market to become any number of new products. While it's true the metal could become razor blades, we use it here for the imagery of a hulking warship becoming a small household item. The U.S. Navy does not sell directly to razor companies. It sells decommissioned ships to scrappers, who then do the deed and sell tons of pieces to manufacturers. That's all we have for what effectively is the last show of 2013 and the first of 2014, airing the week of December 30th and January 6th. VA News will be produced every 2 weeks in 2014. The next new show will air the weeks of January 13th and January 20th. Thanks for watching today. I'm Roger Lockhart.
And I'm Nicole Gilbride. Thanks for helping us have a great year and helping us look forward to a bright new year. We're going to close with a little music from the U.S. Army Chorus, which came for the annual visit to the VA Central Office on December 18th. Happy New Year, everyone!
And stay classy, VA.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. A Happy New Year. The United States Army Chorus wishes you all a Merry, 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 Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.